If you're watching this video, then that probably means that you're an aspiring creator. I have definitely had my moments this year where it's been extremely difficult to stay focused and to not get overwhelmed by unexpected hurdles that pop up out of nowhere all the time. And I know that I'm not the only one in that. Here's a list of 8 tips you can use to get your channel ready for success in 2021. Let's get started. Figure out what your motto is. For me, the motto of my channel is create something from nothing, and I figured this out over time after making videos for 5 years. It's a theme I found a lot of my content gravitates around naturally. Like, I have a series called Playing with Fire where literally I get inspired by something another creator or movie, whatever, has done, and I try and recreate it with my own twist. And that is literally the entire concept of creating something from nothing. I like to think of it sort of like a North Star that you can follow for all of your content. If you don't want to niche down, this is a good way to just have a general theme that you can follow with your channel to make sure you stay on track, because that is very important, because there has to be like a reoccurring type of content or people aren't going to want to stick around because they're not going to know what to expect. Visualize your target audience. Create an avatar of an example type of person who would be watching your content or want to watch your videos. My avatar's name is Bob. He is 19 years old, still in college, film school. He's been making videos a little bit, but he secretly wants to be a YouTuber. He just hasn't admitted that to himself yet. I basically was and am still Bob. But the reason why I'm telling you guys to do this is because it really helps you keep in mind the viewer when you're making your content. If you have a specific idea of who that person is, what they like, what they don't like, what type of stuff they would be interested in watching typically, it can really help you actually make content that is suited for them. Because after all, if you're trying to grow your channel, you need to make content for the viewer. This is something I've been doing since the beginning. Choose 1 day a week, 2 days a week, how many times you want to post, and stick to it. Whether that's making a physical content schedule, like actually writing it down, or making one online or on your computer. Consistency plus quality equals progress. Every time where I'm consistently making stuff, I'm always trying to improve to make my next video better than the last one, is when I see the most progress. Trying to keep to a content schedule will keep you accountable and make sure that that equation happens. Remove distractions. We're trying to be as efficient as possible here, okay? There's always gonna be dumb things that pop up that discourage you from wanting to film, like your camera battery is dead, and you're like, oh my god, I have to wait 45 minutes, and then 45 minutes go by, and then you don't feel like filming anymore, or it's dark outside. There's always an excuse. Remove the excuses. Whether that's your physical workspace or your digital workspace, organize at least a little bit. And this is coming from someone who is not organized. Consistent branding. A channel that does this extremely well is Becky and Chris. Look at their YouTube page. Now look at their Instagram. They match. I know. Insane. I don't... like, that is a very high level of aesthetic. I don't know how else to describe that, but one tip for that is creating a color palette of the sort of colors and style that you want to stick to. So for me, it's more warm tones because I'm a pyromaniac apparently. No, the brand of my channel is like ember, so fire, warm tones. So I try to keep that in mind when I post things. I'm not there yet. I'm working on it. Maybe I'll make a whole video about that. But check your profile picture, check your banner, make sure they look nice and are appropriate to whatever sort of niche you're in. I'd also recommend choosing a couple different fonts that you like and then reusing them constantly throughout your thumbnails and content. It just makes everything a little bit more cohesive. It makes you look more professional, which is what we want, right? Buckets of content. I am a very spontaneous person typically when it comes to making videos. I come up with the idea and I'm like, okay, I have to do this now or I'm gonna get bored of it in 2 days. This is something that I've tried to push back on recently because there's 3 different types of content that I'm trying to keep in mind when I'm making my content schedule and coming up with ideas. There's evergreen videos, searchable, and topical videos. I feel like evergreen and searchable kind of go hand in hand a little bit. It's something sort of like this video, whose content will be relevant for a long amount of time. Topical videos are more based on trends. In the past, I've made the mistake of only relying on topical content when I think it's important to have a mixture in there if you want to create a long-lasting, healthy channel. So that's something I'm trying to do more, and you guys should as well. What type of new twist are you bringing to your genre / niche? Just look at who some of your favorite content creators are. There's a good chance that they brought something new to a pre-existing niche on this platform. A classic example of that would be Casey Neistat, who brought the filmmaking approach to a normal vlog, and that literally revolutionized the space, and now everyone's doing it. Even though there's a lot of people making content, I don't think the space is oversaturated because there's always a new approach or a new twist that you can put on something that already exists and make it new. Why are you creating content in the first place? Now, this is a really important question that I need you to answer honestly, because there's no right or wrong answer here. It just depends on what you want to do. Are you creating content just for fun as a hobby? Do you have a business that you want to promote using your YouTube channel? Or are you in the third category, a little bit like me, an aspiring creator who wants to eventually turn this into a career? Because the reality is each of these approaches are going to result in a different relationship that you're gonna have with making content. That's just how it is, and you kind of need to accept and understand that before you move on, because you're just gonna get frustrated. A lot of this video was like scripted, and I guess I just want to pop in here and give you guys one last piece of advice, probably the most important thing in this entire video. Don't judge yourself based on what an algorithm says about your work, okay? I know it sucks when a video you put a ton of work into doesn't do well. It's easy to see that as a reflection of the quality of whatever it is you made, when in reality that's just not accurate. YouTube is a specific game that you're playing, and it's sad, but sometimes, you know, quality content isn't what's promoted. What's promoted is what gets the most attention. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I would seriously recommend taking the time to write down all these questions / tips and reflect on how, you know, they apply to your channel, because that's what I've been doing, and I literally made this video so that you guys can do the same thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, leave a comment below, let me know what the motto of your channel is. I want to know. I feel like that's super interesting. And yeah, make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you later this week or next week, I don't really know, soon with another new video. Bye!